日本時間4月3日、ロサンゼルス・ドジャースの大谷翔平は、本拠地で行われたアトランタ・ブレーブス戦に1番指名打者で先発出場しました。試合は5対5の同点で迎えた9回裏、ワンアウト走者なしの場面で、大谷はブレーブスの守護神ライセル・イグレシアスの初球を振り抜きました。打球はセンター左へと高々と舞い上がり、そのままフェンスを越えてスタンドイン。打球速度は 102.5 マイル、約165キロ。飛距離は399フィート、約122メートルで、劇的なサヨナラホームランとなりました。ドジャースタジアムは大歓声に包まれ、興奮のるつぼと化しました。この一打でドジャースは開幕からの連勝を8に伸ばしました。現地の実況も興奮を抑えきれない様子で、バットがボールを捉えて乾いた音が響いた直後、
センターへ高く上がったぞ
と声を上げました。この日は昨季の MVP 受賞を記念した大谷翔平ボブルヘッドデーで、来場者には大谷の首振り人形が配布されていました。その特別な日に飛び出したホームランに、実況は
大谷必然だ
と絶叫しました。一方、試合序盤にドジャースの先発サワン・スネルを攻略し、2回までに5得点を挙げていたブレーブスにとっては、まさに悪夢のような結末でした。米ジョージア州の地元局、ファンデュエルスポーツネットワークサウスの中継では、実況のブランドン・ゴーダン氏が、
センターへの打球、ハリスが下がる、フェンスサイで、昇進のブレーブスはどん底です。大谷とドジャースが本塁打でサヨナラ勝ちしました。
と伝えた後、言葉を失ったように沈黙しました。このように、対照的な実況の様子を日本語字幕付きでご紹介します。
Where else would you rather be than on a sunny mid-60s day at Dodger Stadium? Even more so tonight because it's Shohei Ohtani's MVP bobblehead night, and the Dodgers looking to complete a perfect homestand and make a major league history in the process. We've got a great crowd of people already here on a breezy day at the Ravine, and what a day is for sports fans in the city of Los Angeles. You have the Dodgers and Braves at Shohei's first bobblehead of the year, and everybody's getting one this year. No one has to worry about not getting one. And then about 8:30 tonight, you've got Messi in town against LAFC, your soccer club. So a really cool night tonight.
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully we have two victories here for Los Angeles. Hopefully the Dodgers can continue playing good baseball the way they have been. We always say after winning the series, get greedy. Hopefully they go for the sweep, and then over there they can throw that energy over there to LAFC, and they can come out victorious as well.
Absolutely. What a treat for this city. Obviously, Shohei Ohtani, the best athlete on the planet, on big stage here at Dodger Stadium, his bobblehead night. And you mentioned LAFC. Hopefully they can negate the best football/soccer player on the planet in Messi.
I mean, think about two big stars in the world, Jerry, Shohei and Messi. It doesn't get much bigger than that.
Doesn't get bigger than that. But you know what? This city, LA, city of stars, needs these type of games.
By the way, we're not handing out Messi bobbleheads over there.
No,
So, you know,
he's on the other
right,
side.
Exactly.
MVP bobblehead night. It's such a popular item as we saw last year with people forming lines outside the stadium early in the morning. No need to wait in line because everybody this year will be taking home one of the Shohei Ohtani MVP bobbleheads. And speaking of that MVP season, how about we count down the 10 best plays from Shohei in 2024? And Nomar, we have to begin with Decoy on August 28th throwing out the greatest first pitch we've ever seen.
Yeah, I don't know if this is necessarily Shohei, but obviously Decoy, I mean, everybody was going, man, that was really darn cool, and the high five to boot.
Number 9, April 3rd against the Giants, his first home run as a Dodger, Jerry.
Little lefty on lefty crime, outstanding swing right there, hands stay back, fires that bat head through the zone. First of many that season for the Big Show. Love to say, saw that his first Dodger home run was at Dodger Stadium.
Yeah, tomorrow will be the one-year anniversary of that first long ball. At number 8, some small ball on May 20th. How about a bunt?
Yeah, squirting around, surprising. He's like saying, listen, I can do it all facets of the game. I got to find a way to get on base. I'm not a guy who just hits home runs, even though I do that quite often. But we know also on the base pass, man, he is tremendous.
Number 7, we're not talking just home runs. We're talking about ridiculously long home runs. A pair of them that went over 470. This one at Coors Field, June 18th.
Yeah, listen, the ball's not pictured on your screen. That's how far it went. Light tower power. The bat speed over 80 miles an hour. That is ridiculous. great bat speed. How about something that almost hit our set, John? We had a little bone to pick with the Big Show. Listen, leave our set alone.
Yep.
A lot of money. Give these cameras a set. But that's what kind of power he's got, John. Light tower power.
476 and then 473. At number 6, some milestone moments. April 21st, his 176th career home run that passed Hideki Matsui for most among Japanese-born players, and he would also steal his 56th bag in September. That passed Ichiro.
Yeah, listen, you know, he has so much respect. All the Japanese players have so much respect for those that have come before. So obviously this is really meaningful to him, and he recognized that as well. And, you know, the next Japanese-born player is going to be going, I got to catch that. I got to catch his records. It's going to be pretty tough.
Number 5, May 4th, a milestone closer to home. He hit his 8th home run, passing Dave Roberts, his skipper for most Japanese-born home runs by a Dodger in history. And he's hit a lot more ever since then, but that was certainly a fun moment. We're here.
I wanted to interrupt this session and show everybody the present I received from Shohei. This is my car. The difference is Joe's car doesn't fit in my office. This car fits on my desk. So thank you, Shohei.
All right, at number 4, putting on a show in the postseason, Jerry, with runners in scoring position. He hit 400 with a 1,300 OPS, couple homers, 9 RBIs.
Absolutely insane in the clutch. Was the Big Show in the postseason. Really locked in, drove the ball out of the ballpark. He knew that one. In New York, right off the bat, it's going to stay fair. Outstanding swing, but hitting everything. Not just out of the ballpark, going the other way, going up the middle. Clutch hits when we needed it most. He was outstanding in the postseason.
And he was outstanding, obviously, in the regular season as well at number 3. We're going to go to the K-Zone for some clutch moments. Nomar, May 19th, his walk-off against the Reds, and then September 22nd, the 9th inning homer that tied the game.
Yeah, you know, here he is. He falls behind, then he starts fouling off tough pitches. Here, it's like, listen, I'm going to keep working. I'm going to get mine. And there it is. He gets a ball he can handle. Clutch hit, knocking him in, walking it off. We have seen this time and time before. That's why I call him the Big Show, because when the lights are on in the biggest moment we saw last year, he came through, still working the count. I mean, pitchers are going, really? You're not going to be chasing some of these because you just wait for a ball like that you can just punish. And not only punish, hit it a long way.
That tied the game, and then Mookie won it. Next batter hit a walk-off bomb. Number 2, Jerry, August 23rd, his 40th stolen base of the year. And then, of course, this would come in the same game when he hit his 40th home run, which you knew was going to be a walk-off as well.
Of course, I knew that. Everybody else know that. 40-40, and he also pitches as well. His first season at Dodger Stadium, and there's no way anybody can beat that. 40-40, that is ridiculous. But he found a way to do it. Outstanding speed, outstanding exit velo on this home run, this walk-off home run from the Big Show, 105 miles an hour.
At number 1, though, the greatest game or greatest performance in baseball history, September 19th in Miami. Shohei did this.
He's now one shy of 50 stolen bases. There they go. Throw to third. Beats him, but he got his foot in. The 50th for Ohtani. Sends one in the air. The other way. Back it goes. Gone! One-of-a-kind player. One-of-a-kind season. Shohei Ohtani starts the 50-50 club. The greatest day in baseball history. 6 for 6. 3 home runs. 10 runs batted in.
Yeah, Nomar knows what that's like. 3 homers, 10 RBIs, but not 50-50. Only one guy does that.
High fly ball to center field. Harris is back. Ohtani, inevitable. Ladies and gentlemen, embrace this. Embrace this man, embrace this team this season. An 8-0 start for the defending champs, unprecedented. Every single night, they do something that makes you say, Wow! How much fun is this? 8 down, 154 to go. Dodgers 6, Braves 5.
What a night at Dodger Stadium. What a perfect way to cap off this homestand. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Access Sportsnet Dodgers, brought to you by Audi. John Hartung alongside Jerry Hairston Jr. and Nomar Garcia Parr. I would sit here and say that was absolutely unbelievable, but I think everybody in this stadium kind of expected that to happen on Shohei's bobblehead night for winning the 2024 MVP. And in all honesty, Jerry, you got to admit, about 30 minutes ago I said Shohei's going to come up in the bottom of the ninth, hit a walk-off homer to win it. And it happened because I think everybody kind of saw this coming.
Yeah, obviously, John, you did call it about 33 minutes ago. I remember having it on my phone there. But, of course, Shohei Ohtani, we call him the Big Show for a reason because he has the flair for the dramatics. Ever since he's put on that Dodger blue, 40-40. He hit the 40 home run when he had that 40 stolen base on the very night. Did it in walk-off fashion. 6 for 6 in Miami to hit 50-50. And on this night, his bobblehead night, hits a walk-off home run in the 9th inning. That's why the kids call him the Big Show.
Are you not entertained?
Yes,
I mean, really. I mean, honestly, the way the offense came back into this game, especially when they were down early in this ball game, but I'll tell you what allowed the offense to get back in this game, and obviously for the heroics, we have to give it up to the bullpen.
Yes.
You know, Blake Snell didn't give up. There was no earned runs by the Dodgers staff, but the bullpen continued, all those guys coming in and putting up the zeros. So this offense, and I'll tell you, it definitely motivates the offense going, listen, guys, they are doing the job. We can come back in this game, and they took care of business.
You spoke about the bullpen.
Yeah.
Ben Kasparius getting out of that jam, bases loaded, nobody out. For him to get out of that jam unscathed, the momentum shifted back into the Dodgers' favor. Because if they score even a run there, 6-0, but you kept them at bay at 5-0, outstanding job. And then the offense really started to chip away, and obviously capped off by Shohei Ohtani.
Funny how this game goes. I think he was 0 for 2 tonight. Someone tweeted out, oh no, Shohei's first slump of the year. He's 2 for 16. He goes single, walk-off homer right after those first 2 at-bats of the night. Speaking of Shohei, on his bobblehead night, he's standing by right now with Kirsten Watson. See, fans, Shohei listens to the people. He just needed a fan to say, hey, Shohei, can you get a hit? We need a hit right here. But, Jerry, what an incredible comeback for this team that is already this year showing so many signs of what they did a season ago with the ability to come back, even if they're down 5 runs. I mean, we all remember being down 5-0 to the Yankees in Game 5. But tonight, though, it was after an inning and a half, and a lot of us thought, okay, they were due for a clunker. They were 7-0, and they did so many things wrong in this game, and yet they still found a way to come back
John,
and win.
I heard a part of your question because I could hear an MVP chant, and rightfully so. Here it is, the walk-off home run once again from Shohei Ohtani. Gets a pitch out of third. Deposit is over the center field wall. And you're right. Listen, in order to get to this point, first 3 or 4 innings, we did not play our best baseball. Kind of kicking the ball around, made a few errors, put ourselves in tough position, down 5-0. But a sign of a great team, number one, not giving up, but able to find a way when you're not at your best. I think that is the key, and that's something that the Dodgers learned from last year. A lot of guys are on this team from last year's team, and they understand, you know what, not every night you play 162 games. There's going to be nights where you just don't have your best stuff. But if we continue to fight like the bullpen fought for us, kept us at bay, allowed this offense to get back in the game, and then eventually walk them off.
This is a beautiful game. I mean, it really is. I mean, when we always talk about, you know, game when you're playing every single day, it like resembles life. Because I tell you, there are times when life just knocks you down and you feel awful, but that you still have to keep your head up because you know you're going to get another opportunity. Max Muncy has a couple of errors. You know, the Braves go up 5-0. You know, the runs on Snell are all unearned, right? I'm telling you, I've been there. You feel awful. And you're just going, man, I got to find a way to try to atone somehow, try to help the team. And then in his last at-bat, the clutch hit to knock in a couple runs to tie the game. I mean, wow, what a big at-bat. This game is unbelievable. You have to stay even keeled as best you can and trust that your moment will come and that you can still come through. That was huge.
And that's the thing, trust that your moment will come. You can't get negative. You got to be even more positive when things don't go your way or you have a couple hiccups. Max Muncy stayed positive. He had that torpedo bat, threw the torpedo bat away, ditched it, and went back to his regular bat. Got something he can handle. 2-run double.
You know why? Because it ain't the bat.
That's right.
That's right. It's the person.
And he proved that once again with that at-bat, driving in the tying double at that point. But a perfect way to end what was a perfect homestand and a perfect way for the Dodgers to set a new Major League record for consecutive wins as a defending World Series champion to start a season, passing the 1933 Yankees. The Dodgers 8-0 after Shohei's walk-off blast. What an incredible night here at Dodger Stadium. The fans, I know, they're certainly excited. They got a Shohei bobblehead, and they also got to see a Shohei walk-off home run. Let's get to the highlight. Nomar. Max Muncy goes back to his regular bat. He comes through with 2 outs and 2 strikes.
That's right. Put that aside. Trust yourself. It doesn't matter. Whatever bat you have in your hand, trust that you're going to be able to come through. And he's able to come through, hitting a ball in the gap and scoring 2 and tying the game.
So it is 5-5 after Muncy comes through. And that sets the stage for the bottom of the 9th. Shohei Ohtani, Jerry, was there ever any doubt what was going to happen here?
No doubt. Gets a fastball outer third. Outstanding job. You know what? Now to think about it, I think this was a cambio outer third. Outstanding job staying on this pitch. It is a cambio. Barrels it up. We talked about it on the pregame show. Let's go Kobe on him. Let's go 8-0. Big Show says good night. We're 8-0.
And it's a walk-off winner for Shohei and the Dodgers. What a celebration. What a moment at Dodger Stadium.
Iglesias gets Pages to start the bottom of the 9th. And here comes Ohtani. 2 for 4 with 2 singles tonight. Out to center field. Harris is back at the wall, and the heartache has hit a new level for the Atlanta Braves. Ohtani and the Dodgers walk it off with a homer.
Well, an absolute heartbreaker here. It's going to be a first pitch changeup from Raisel Iglesias, and on his bobblehead night, Shohei Ohtani comes through. There'll be one moment of this game, I think, in particular that we'll look back at, and that was the bases loaded, nobody out situation back in the 6th inning, and the Braves had 2, 3, 4, and were unable to get a run across the board. It felt like there was a momentum shift in that moment, and unfortunately, they could not get back on the board again. The Dodgers hung around and eventually came back and won this game.
They score the final 6, and the final blow from the 3-time MVP Shohei Ohtani puts them over the top. The Dodgers are 8-0, and the Braves drop all 7 on this West Coast trip to start the 2025 campaign.
It was a heartbreaker in LA. The Braves dropped this one by a score of 6-5, dropped 0-7 to start this 2025 season as the Dodgers improved to 8-0 to start their 2025 season. Welcome in, Peter Moylan and Nick Green here with you. And Peter, this was a tough one. We've dealt with some frustrating losses already during the course of this season, but letting the Dodgers hang around too long, it just didn't feel right at the end. And then you get Shohei Ohtani up there at the end. It was a tough one.
We were talking pregame how this is a bit of a super team, and they showed why. The only guy out of the bullpen that I recognized the name of was Kirby Yates. They went with other guys from that bullpen. I thought Bryce Elder did enough. Obviously tonight he probably outpitched Blake Snell, if you really look at it. Played some great defense, got some timely hits when we needed to for the first time this year, which felt like it was going to swing the momentum, but unfortunately just wasn't enough.
I look at the at-bats. I felt like the at-bats were pretty good. Now, they did struggle in certain situations. We'll talk about that in a second. Yeah. But I did think the approach was a little bit better today. They worked Snell pretty good, took advantage of some miscues, but they just couldn't get the big hit after the second inning. All 5 runs the Braves scored were in the first 2 innings. So even though you get runners on base, you have to push some across. They couldn't do that late in this ballgame. Let's go to the fourth key to the game. It's got to be the 8th and 9th inning for the Dodgers.
It sure was. And look, it looked like because of the times they had to bring these guys in, it felt like it was going to be a stretch at the end. And Daysbel Hernandez actually makes a pretty good pitch there to get in on Conforto. And then Max Muncy, who had 2 errors in this game, gets to drive in 2 runs to tie this ball game and to send it at the 9th inning 5-5. And then that man, Shohei Ohtani, I honestly didn't think that he hit this that well.
I didn't either. I mean, it was up in the zone, but goodness, to be able to barrel that up out over the plate like that.
Change up out of the zone. Rysel was going to have to get 5 outs in this game, and unfortunately, it felt like the momentum was taken out of him once he gave up the 2 runs in the 8th inning. You know, as a closer, that's so tough. We haven't seen a lot of Rysel this year because of obviously the game situation.
Yeah.
And then when you get a chance to come in, you win the game like that, that's going to make him feel terrible, obviously. And the dreaded road trip continues.
3rd home run for Ohtani on the year, 2nd career walk-off home run as well. But yeah, like I said, if you give this Dodger team enough opportunities, you can't put them away. Bad things tend to happen.
試合後の会見で、ドジャースのデーブ・ロバーツ監督は、
打つと思っていた。
と語り、大谷の劇的な一打を予測していたことを明かしました。
何か特別なことをしてくれると感じていたよ。
と、にやりと笑みを浮かべて話していました。さらに監督は、
彼はストライクゾーンに来るボールを待っていた。そうさせたら、彼以上の存在はいないからね。
と、大谷の集中力と打撃力を高く評価していました。また、テオスカー・フェルナンデスは大谷の活躍について問われると、思わず苦笑いを浮かべながら、
翔平だからね。
と一言。
彼が健康でいてくれることを願っているし、僕らが勝ち続けるために、これからも彼が力を貸してくれることを願っているよ。
と語っていました。ご視聴ありがとうございました。これからも大谷選手のさらなる活躍から目が離せません。チャンネル登録と高評価をよろしくお願いします。皆様からのコメントもお待ちしております。